Not every device holds deep personal memories, but some stand out because of what they represented. If you haven't guessed it now, this is the Galaxy S4, and that was one of those phones. It wasn't just another upgrade, it pushed the limits of what a smartphone could do at the time. A full HD display, air gestures, and eye tracking. While they might sound gimmicky, they were futuristic for 2013. But like all tech, time hasn't been kind to it. The screen is cracked, the body is worn, and its once powerful hardware now struggles to keep up. Yet even in this condition, there's something about it that still feels impressive. So today I'm bringing this Galaxy S4 back to life, restoring not just a phone, but a piece of tech history. Hey, so I just want to do a quick thing right quick. Massive thank yous from McSpankies for that last video. 25,000 views. Wow, I did not expect that. 232 comments, 1,300 likes. That video for me is crushing it on a new channel. So I hope you guys enjoy this video as well. And I did address a few issues from last time, mainly new microphone, like a professional microphone now. I do want to do studio lighting, just because I don't have any studio lighting, and I need it. You'll see later in the video. I tried doing something new, but it doesn't. I don't think I'm gonna do that for the next video. So yeah, I'm gonna continue making these videos. I have a bunch of videos planned. One other thing I want to address is ROMs. I'm not gonna do custom ROMs on these devices yet. Now I won't do it on these devices. I still want to have at least one device that runs original software, and then maybe another device that will run the the software on it, like newer software. And I might actually try using it for a couple weeks, kind of like little challenges and stuff. I also plan on doing videos on devices that have been forgotten about. That's also, I think, it's pretty cool. And let me see if I can do it here. That's their little sneak peek for the next device. It's right down here in the corner. So if you can guess what it is, well, congratulations, you won nothing. But thank you a lot. Like a lot, thank you. All right, so emotional speech out of the way, and now we can concentrate on the video. So in this video, I want to start off by saying, one, the phone works. It came working. It's pretty trash though. Two, I don't really have too much of a personal connection with this phone. I don't have any stories to tell. I do have one story to tell, and I will tell that one here in a minute. But I want to get this out of the way. If you can tell on this part of the video right now, I'm doing like an overhead view, and the lighting on it is horrible, so I'm sorry. That's not what I intended. And then after I did all this, I can't just go back on it either. So after I did all this, I was like, well, might as well just stick with it. Next time I'll probably do something different. I might go back to the S3 video. I was just trying something new. I do want studio lighting. I am going to get studio lighting. It's just I haven't gotten around to it, honestly. I was busy doing this video. I'm busy doing my business. But so yeah, you see I'm taking the parts out. Not much to explain here. I did do new camera. Instead of doing the camera lens, it just looked better doing the whole camera. And yeah, this video is pretty much gonna be the same format, same style as the S3. Just I want to know everyone's opinion on this. Oh, fun fact, that part I have in my hand right now, that is a Galaxy S4 OEM service pack screen from Samsung back in the day. Someone in Ireland actually had it, so I bought it from Ireland on eBay. It actually took like 5 days to get here. It was actually very, very surprising how quick it got. So yeah, that's pretty much, those are the parts. It's pretty simple. I'm not doing, like on the S3, I'm not doing the screen, the frame, home button separate. It's all comes one piece from Samsung. I'm also showing you the tools. There's only really 3 tools you need. I use iFixit. I'm not sponsored. I've just been, if they ever pay me one day, it's gonna be like one of those Matthew McConaughey moments. I've been using iFixit before they pay me to use iFixit. But yeah, so just enjoy the rest of the video, watch the footage, and you'll hear me talking about some stories. So let's get into the first story. So this starts off as the Galaxy S4. I didn't own that device, like I said. I never had one. Kind of. I'll explain that here in a second. But mainly my brother had one after his S3, and I went a different route. That was the first time I saw the S4 in person. And I mean, it was, of course, an S3 on steroids at that point. Like a 1080p screen, OLED at that time was my God, that was like the best thing. The coolest thing. The very coolest, best thing, you know? Like, it doesn't get better than that. So, then there's also these gimmicky stuff on it. Like, you have that palm swipe. I will show that because like I said, I do want to do reviews of these devices. So, I'm not going to talk specs in these videos. Just purely join me watching the fixing the phone and talking about my experiences with it. So, pretty much he had one. It's pretty cool, but at that time I was actually moving to Mexico. I lived in Mexico for 10 years. So, I'll explain that more in other videos as well. I have a lot of stuff planned. So, anyway, when I got to Mexico after a few years, I started working at a really good friend of mine. They called it a cell phone factory, but it wasn't. It was a factory. They basically buy parts and assemble devices. And I'll put that on the screen right now. But one of the first devices I actually assembled was a Galaxy S4, over and over and over again. I don't know the legality of it, but they were pretty much assembling them and selling them as new. Basically motherboards in one box, screens, everything was assembled, put in a box with the new labels, everything, make it look brand new and sold like that wholesale. Like I said, it's Mexico. I was young. I don't know. That's also probably why I do a lot of device repairs now. That's probably how I started, was because I'm doing that over and over again. And I've always liked repairing my own stuff. So that's my personal experience with the Galaxy S4. I think I did actually end up buying one for a few months. I probably sold it. A lot of devices I bought and I sold. And I did go, when I moved to Mexico, actually I moved down with 2 phones. One because my American phone was locked, and I needed a unlocked phone for Mexico. I am featuring both of those in a future video as well. And yeah, that's pretty much where my experience stops with the Galaxy S4. I know a lot of people have a lot of stories to tell. I did see some comments mentioning the Galaxy S4 in the last video, so I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope you, in the comment section, leave your story again. Or if someone's news watching this, so you have a story to tell, please, down below. People actually, I enjoy reading them. I read every comments on the last video. I know a lot of people read the comments, so please just comment down there. I'll take suggestions as well, like I said, for future videos. I think a lot of the devices that people did mention in that last video, I am doing videos on. So, like I said, that's where my story stops with the Galaxy S4. It's still an amazing phone. So now I want to give a little bit of personal, kind of a walkthrough right now what I'm doing on the screen. So you pretty much saw me unscrew everything. I'm just disconnecting everything. Right there you saw I was scraping the top of that connector. Oh, that's the, I think that's for the proximity sensor. It had some weird stuff on top of it. I don't know what. So, I mean, these phones are built like Jerry Rig Everything says, little Legos. Like you can see everything's built like little Legos. They're super repair friendly, super easy to open. The only bad downside is now is parts are getting pretty hard to find. So if you have a device that you want to get repaired, or repair it yourself, do it quickly because parts are getting hard to find. The older something is, the harder it is to find. Also, I did want to apologize for my fingernails. They're dirty in this video. I also work on my own cars and stuff. My Escalade that I have, I've been working on it, so I go back and forth between working on my stuff and then working on my business and these videos. This video did take a little bit longer than I expected to get out, but hey, it's out. But regardless, I still love the Galaxy S4. I still like these old Samsungs. I think this was like the golden age. It's funny enough saying that. The golden age of Samsung was the Galaxy, probably I'd say S3, S4, S5, and I would go up to S7. I think after the S7, everything kind of fell apart. Yes, the Galaxy S8 was revolutionary with the full screen display and everything, but then after that, it just was the same and the same and the same, and then everything's just been boring now. The Galaxy S20 from the S20 to now currently has been boring, like very boring. And it's kind of sad. All phones like that, even iPhones. I think iPhones after the 5S went downhill because you went to the 6s. The S is revolutionary, big screen, whatnot for iPhones, but there's not that cool. Like there's nothing special about them after that. They became the same. The only one after that I'd say that did push it was the iPhone 10. That was a very cool upgrade. That was actually I bought one of those. That was a really cool phone when it came out. But then after that, again, it fell off the same, and it's just been the same. All phones now are the same. There's nothing special. I was talking to a customer that day. He told me I can't remember the name of it, some T-Mobile phone that had a slider and all that. He's like, I used to love that phone, but then someone stole it out of my locker. It's like we all have these little connections with all these old devices. If you sit back and think, you've probably been in contact with some device from your childhood that was meaningful. Whether, my mom, for her, I was probably, I think she said Pong, like the video game Pong back in the day, back in the 70s and 80s. Like that was the big thing. Me growing up, video games wise, it was mainly just PlayStation 1, original Xbox. Also got into some Nintendo 64. But I grew up in a time where we were just getting out of, I'd say, kind of like the old tech. I mean, the new tech started coming in, like the iPods and the touchscreens and all that. And then, then from there it just went downhill. And I don't know, I probably sound like a grandpa, even though I'm not. But saying that when I was a kid, the devices were better in my time. No. They were. I think they were better in the sense of they meant more. Like they had more feeling and meaning to them. You could get a pink phone. You could get different sliding phones, customizable keypads on some of them. I remember some phones that have people put sparkling glitter and stuff on them to jazz it up. And I also believe then people liked playing with their devices more. I went on XDA the other day just because I wanted the new One UI 7 for my S24 Ultra. And XDA, where I don't know if anybody knows or has heard of that, but it's XDA developers. That's where you get custom ROMs and people come together and talk about that stuff. It was pretty much dead. That was kind of sad. The X24 Ultra, the newest Samsung phone, I have an unlocked version, and there's no support for it. I could probably do some small things, but I didn't really see anything there worthwhile. And, the Galaxy S3, I had that. I had custom ROMs. I put the Xiaomi themed ROMs on there. I'd put, just unlocked stock Android ROMs on there. Just pure stock Android. And all that's just dead now. People don't play with their devices anymore. That's kind of sad. And I think people should go out and buy devices like this. Either to restore it or just buy one to have it. And I mean, I probably sound like a broken record at this point, but you do get attached to things. Even just my car that I own, it's an Escalade, 04 Escalade. My mom had one when I was a kid, so now I have one, 20 years later. I've been slowly fixing it up. It's still a really good car, but it just reminds me of my childhood. I remember riding in the back seat after to go to school. But I do want to take a second just to, actually I'm sitting here reading some of the reviews and, comments on the last video. And it's actually really cool if you can have time, you go on the last video and take a look at the comments. Someone was watching me restore the Galaxy S3 while listening with their earphones on their Galaxy S3. They were watching the video on the S3 of me restoring an S3 in 2025. That's cool. A lot of great stuff here. Someone said I did a restoration on the HTC Dream G1 a couple years ago. Had a bunch of memories. People building their own phone collections. I remember my first phone in 2014. Someone said HTC Desire 200, a Huawei G500. That video's got tons of comments on there. And then someone said if I can update an iPhone to Type-C, no. That's unfortunately no. But yeah, I'd go through there. Like I said, I do plan on doing actually reviews of these devices. More thorough, in-depth. This is just kind of the restoration and me sitting here rambling about stuff. And I'm not talking specs on these videos. Just sharing my experiences with it, what I've done. Actually, in this fact, I didn't really have much experience with this phone. Other than this, I think because of this phone probably did help my career that I have now. Just working there and then doing all these device restorations. So, as you can see in the video, I am coming to an end on this phone. So I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to let you hear this thing boot up and this classic sounds of it. And as we wrap up, there is one last little thing I did want to say is I was disappointed with this color. It looks cool, but once I had it in person, it just hasn't have the depth like the other colors have, especially the S3. It still looks cool, but you'll see if you watch the intro again, you can see like the depth of the paint on the S4, like on the blue color. Also, kind of bugs me that the LED flash is just exposed, like it's not hidden like the other color you see here. See, it's red, doesn't blend in with the rest of the phone like on that. And that's the only thing that was kind of a little bit disappointing for me though. Besides that, the back cover was really good looking. This Galaxy S4 came in looking like it had barely survived a war, cracked, beaten, and on its last legs. But after some care, it's looking as good as new. It may not have a personal history with this phone, but I can appreciate what it meant to so many people. And that's what makes restoring old tech so interesting. Not just the nostalgia, but the chance to revisit the impact these devices had. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe. Let me know in the comments, did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you ever own a Galaxy S4? Maybe you own a Galaxy S3. Maybe you want to buy one of these phones because you like, suffering in 2025. Also, I've been doing this too long, so I need to get off this microphone. I'm done. I hope you guys liked it. Good. Yeah. And video is wrapped up. I'm trying to get the rest of the video out at the end, the rest of the commentary, but I'm done. I'm not speaking very well at this point. I never speak very well. But, let's see. Here are the phones. Thank you for watching the video. I also have some cool other plans, like I said 5 damn times in the video already. But it just came to me. I have, on one of my next devices I'm doing, I actually have 2 of them. One of them, I think I'm going to live stream repairing it. You like that? Then, you'll just probably be you'll be one of these people in the next video just watch. I need to leave. I need to go.